Let's talk about graphics cards. It's no secret that GPU prices have gone through the roof in the past few years due to various reasons, from multiple global crises, cryptocurrency miners and hoarders. Us gamers, the people who want nothing but to simply enjoy the story of a video game while feasting our eyes on the lifelike graphics these games have to offer, have been stranded and left at a crossroads. Either break the bank and spend a small fortune on an overpriced GPU, or deprive yourself of the joy and dopamine rush of an amazing storyline or gameplay video games have to offer. But what if I told you that there is a third option? Whether you enjoy horror games with their detailed environments and breathtaking suspense-filled scenarios and scary monsters, open world games with their extraordinary attention to details, endless possibilities and beautiful sceneries, or competitive games with their heated moments and split-second decision making, graphics play a huge role into getting you immersed into the experience. And any stuttering or inconsistencies in the graphics caused by not having the right graphics cards will just take all the fun out of it. That is the importance of a graphics cards, but sadly, with games getting more and more demanding and the prices getting more and more challenging, a lot of gamers will not get to experience these amazing feelings. Or that's what I thought up until I noticed how well my GPU is holding up in 2023. Today I'm gonna tell you how you can enjoy amazing graphics, smooth gameplay without even breaking the bank relative to the crazy graphics card prices we are seeing these days. To understand the market better, I put myself in the shoes of a new gamer that just migrated over from console gaming and wanted to join the PC master race. So here I am. I have a PC with a 12th generation Intel Core i3, 16 gigs of RAM, around $250, and a dream that I will find a GPU reliable enough to help me enjoy AAA titles on high settings and play competitive games on high FPS. After taking a look around, reading endless articles, reviews, watching YouTube videos, watching benchmark videos, here's what I found. The 7-year-old GTX 1050 Ti, which is the GPU that I currently own, the GTX 1650, which is slightly better in performance than the 1050 Ti, the GTX 1660 Super, and the RX 580. Basically, my research boiled down to these 4 GPUs. These are currently the budget kings, and each has their own advantages and disadvantages, and right now I'm gonna help you choose between them. Starting with the 7-year-old GPU, the one I own and the one that I have owned for quite a while now. This is the GPU I use for gaming, and this is the GPU I use for editing videos and content creation, basically. The GTX 1050 Ti. It sells for around $200 on Amazon depending on the deal that you stumble upon, and it delivers amazing performance. At 1080p, with the i3 12th generation and 16 gigs of RAM, the GTX 1050 Ti delivers 70 average FPS in GTA 5 on very high settings, 45 average FPS on Red Dead Redemption 2 on low settings, but trust me, the game still looks amazing. 50 FPS on God of War on low settings, and 50 FPS on Warzone at 1080p low settings. You can obviously get better performance at lower resolutions, but nevertheless it is quite amazing that you can still run demanding games on this 7-year-old GPU. It is truly one of the best choices if you are on a budget. Also, like I said, you can use this card for video editing and such, because I use this. I have been using this GPU for editing videos for the longest time now. I have not run into any trouble at all, gaming wise or video editing wise. Performance only goes up from here, but so does the price, only slightly though, so do not worry. The GTX 1650 is the successor of the GTX 1050 Ti, so you can rest assured that the performance is going to be better. Warzone gives us 66 FPS on average on 1080p, Grand Theft Auto 5 gives us a whopping 140 FPS on average on very high settings. This is 1080p by the way. God of War does 51 FPS on low settings, and Red Dead Redemption 2 63 FPS on low settings. But as for the price, if you are in the market for a GPU right now, you are in luck, because this GPU is heavily discounted right now. It is selling for around $170 on Amazon, which is truly a steal. So I will be providing an affiliate link for it in the description down below, along with links for the other GPUs I'm gonna be talking about in this video right here, to guarantee that you get the best deals and the cheapest deals possible. The next card on this list is gonna be the GTX 1660 Super, and it delivers quite amazingly. God of War on 1080p ultra settings, 46 average FPS. GTA 5 does 109 FPS on 1080p, very high with 2x MSAA. Red Dead Redemption 2 does 50 FPS on 1080p ultra high settings, 97 average FPS on Warzone 1080p low settings, and as you can see, this card blows the previous ones out of proportions, and it is only $20 or so more expensive than the other cards we've been talking about in this list. But do keep in mind that this GPU requires an 8-pin connector, so it is power hungry, so make sure your power supply can handle it before you buy it. And now its AMD counterpart, we have the RX 580 by XFX. Let me just start by saying that this baby is pretty much power hungry. It has a power requirement for 500 watts, but it makes up for it by being so cheap. This baby sells for around $130 on Amazon. It delivers 61 frames on average on Red Dead Redemption 2 on high settings, 60 frames in GTA 5 maxed out, and 75 frames on Warzone. This is 1080p of course. Video editing wise, this baby will absolutely get to work with you if you want it to. I will be leaving the link for this baby in the description down below, so if you are looking for a deal, it doesn't get better than that, dude. These have been the best budget graphics cards in 2023. I honestly started this video trying to just tell you about how the GTX 1050 Ti is still holding up, and I was gonna make a video talking about how you should buy the GTX 1050 Ti, but looking at the prices, there is absolutely better cards than the GTX 1050 Ti right now around the same price. This is why I made a list of the best 4 GPUs that you can buy for around the same price of a GTX 1050 Ti, which is $200. If you have a GTX 1050 Ti, definitely hold on to it. It still has some juice on it. You can still game on it and you can still edit videos on it, no problem, just like it is in my case. If not, if you're in the market for a new GPU, definitely consider one of the GPUs I told you about. These are the best GPUs you can buy for around that money. It is quite impressive in my opinion that a 7 years old GPU can still hold its own against the most demanding games of the decade. Nonetheless, it offers us gamers the great opportunity to enjoy these games without breaking the bank. The links will be in the description down below if you choose to buy. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.